Hey everyone, it's Steve from the garden. It's now mid-September and the temperatures now are starting to cool off, especially at night. So in this video, I'm going to show you a quick highlight of different things that are still growing in the garden at this time of year. Just a quick update on my watermelons for this year. I ended up getting 5 watermelons, which is a record for me. So I have 2 of these Crimson Sweets. These are red on the inside. And I had 3 Baby Doll. I already ate one of them and there's another one in the fridge already. These are yellow on the inside. So I got this one and another one that's this size, and then I had a third one that's about the same size as this one here. So the Baby Doll were particularly good. They were very quite sweet, and put them in the fridge. They're nice and cool, so very refreshing. I also have a few zucchini that are still growing here. Now the other plants, they look healthy enough and they're still producing a few flowers, but I haven't gotten any actual zucchini off these in probably a couple weeks. You can see I still have some potatoes growing in here. This variety is the German Butterball. It's a main crop potato, so it does mature a little bit later. I'm just kind of waiting for the vegetation to die back before I harvest these. I also grew the Kennebec. That's a second early. Those are already finished. I haven't harvested them yet, but I'll be doing that very soon. Over here I got my sweet potatoes. They're still growing nicely. The vegetation still looks good. Now I'll be harvesting these in maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. The temperatures overnight now are starting to drop into like the low 50s, or I think this morning it was like 49. And with those lower temperatures, it's probably going to start killing back the vegetation. So 2 or 3 weeks, we'll do a harvest and we'll see, how much I got, if anything. My previous years, I really haven't done well in sweet potatoes, so, it's hard to say what we're going to end up with. This is where I got my fall brassicas. So I got 1 Napa cabbage and 6 broccoli in here. And I put this insect netting over to keep the cabbage moths out, and also to keep the rabbits or any other critters from getting into them. You can see the plants, they look pretty healthy right now. And the broccoli, I got the varieties are staggered for maturity days from 55 to 80 days. Since I have some gaps in between the broccolis, I might try to sneak a few lettuce plants in here to protect them also from the rabbits that have been getting into them this year. I have 4 small seedlings in the house, so I might be able to get them hardened off real quick and then plant them in here to finish off. Last up is the apple tree. You can see there's a pretty good number of apples on here. Now the actual apple yield this year is down, but that just means I didn't have to go through and do a lot of thinning on it, so that was a good thing. I don't actually know what the variety of this apple tree is. It just came with the house. I call it a sweet tart apple because it's got like a sweet taste when you bite into it with a little bit of a tart finish. And the apples on this tree ripen around mid-October, so roughly about a month from now. Now I have made an effort to turn this into a Franken tree, and that's by grafting on new varieties. So this one here and these are Williams Pride. Over here, this one didn't take, but this one did. I forgot what variety of this. I have it in the house, but I just don't remember what it is offhand. And over here, this one didn't take, but this one did. This is an Ellis bitter. It's for making apple cider. And this one here is called Famous, or Famous, depending on how you want to pronounce it. This is a small sweet apple, but it's also used in apple cider. Now one good thing about this tree not producing as many apples this year is that, one, I had fewer apples to thin, but the apples are also tending to be larger. And I did thin them out, at least all the ones I could reach, where I don't have more than 1 apple per spur. And once they start to ripen, they kind of get this like a little bit of a blush on them. Now they never turn completely red. They always have a little bit of green, especially on the bottom. But they do get like a little bit of a red blush. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, got something out of it, and we'll see you on the next one.